Welcome back to more Guild Wars 2. You'll see more on that vista later. But first, I'm gonna nearly kill myself by jumping in the water. And also have the weapon I don't have skills on accidentally equipped. And this crate is going to be rather annoying for a while. Although with all the skills I have, he will be less annoying. Now he keeps disappearing on me, so that's only problematic. Now, you'll notice I don't have my regeneration skill on my hotbar. And that's because I did not notice that they changed. That you can actually have two different sets. One for land, one for water. Which is quite nice, actually. Now this guy nearly kills me because I think I'm thinking that my regeneration should be going on, but then I'm noticing I'm not regenerating until they're dead. Huh. Now that quest popped up again. The area is fairly large. I also think I'm going to notice that I can switch my skills. But first, there's some people I need to save. Some of the more generic fish peoples. Every game needs generic fish peoples. Don't you think? After I fail at reviving him.
Thank you for helping.
And then a crate decides to come in and... Well, since he decided to be close combat, I'm going to attack him with my spear, which is a very low damage output, easy spear. I really need to get a better one. But for some odd reason, I just haven't gotten a good drop for a better spear.
Thank you for helping.
Now, you've probably noticed that I did, but at the time I did not notice that Solus Exul has requested to join my party. And it took me a little bit, because the pop-up didn't pop up when I was underwater. Great going, game. I was like, who's Solus Exul? Oh well, I've never had someone invite me to a party, so might as well. Turns out this is my one of my friends. He has no clue where I am, but he'll find us eventually. While I kill some more crate to try and help out. Now, I'm also going to take on this giant crab boss. And he's interesting. I'll put it that way. First of all, we have to talk to this person over here to get the thing initiated.
A meal today means no travel tomorrow.
And suddenly we're a little crab. Now this crab is interesting in that he has a shielding capability, as do we. We also have two scuttle versions. We can scuttle right or scuttle left. Yes, those take up individual spots on the bar. And, no, I don't know why. But what I do know is that this crab is a beast. And he's actually very strong, especially when he does his little guarding thing. He hits pretty hard. Now you'll notice that Solus Exul has joined us physically as a little crab. This is probably what saves my hide, as you can see. I have 800 health left, and the boss is pretty tough. I either didn't quite understand all the abilities, which is entirely possible.
Had enough?
But, it's unusual, that's for sure. It looks like my normal abilities, evasion abilities, are still up, but I'm not
The witch
quite
is here
sure
somewhere. We'll have to use more saliva
why
to
we decided 3 and 4 needed their own evasion abilities and not some more attack abilities.
All who would face Metzley, come.
And I'm also not sure why we needed to be crabs to do this anyway. But apparently we needed to be tiny itty bitty crabs beating up on Mr. Big Giant Crab. Why? No one's quite sure.
Leslie has once again returned to sleep. We have honored the great beast as those who came before us have done.
Cool. That was easy. Not really. Now, we have this other thing we could do, or we could do the dynamic event. And here he is, trying to be a bit creepy, but he's a good guy. So I'll be communicating in chat with him for the time he's with us, which is quite a while he will be. Oop, I accidentally shot the bird. I'm not sure why the game auto-targeted the bird. But he's a hunter, and he's a max level, so his equipment does not scale well. At all, actually. Don't know why that one exploded in hurtful poison, but it did. But this was once a town, as you can see. Don't know why it isn't anymore. I'm gonna guess the water came in far too quickly. Because the fish people are more amphibian peoples. Another one of these points. Either that or it's just the crate that build these underwater things that look like they should be ruins. Now I was trying to figure out, well, there's a point of interest, there's a waypoint I haven't discovered, and there's an event. Well, let's do the event. I'll also get the other things, but this is the first time I notice that my skills have been completely messed around with, and I needed to reset them. Easy enough. And now we'll be efficient underwater. Apparently the crate felt like attacking. Stupid crate.
The witch is here somewhere. We'll have to use more saliva to expose her.
See, I figured we might as well help out the frog people. Since we can't be a frog person, we might as well help them out. Because they're frog people. Frog people are awesome. And we've got the frog saliva that we've had before. Literally the exact same passage, the exact same bundle. Why'd I think passage? And the person who's going to discover this witch actually is going to be me. It's actually very straightforward. As you can see, there's other people coming in.
You'll regret discovering my
And there she is. And she is huge and a boss, really, as you'll see shortly. She somehow aggroes on Solus for most of this fight. But she's got such large area attacks that I'm going to withdraw for a bit and shoot her while my health regenerates. And then we thought I switched back to the sword, but I didn't, obviously, because that itself is on a separate cooldown. So And as soon as my health gets low, I drop back, switch out. And this is probably why I chose this particular strategy, and when it validates my weapon choice. And I don't even notice that Solus is down right there. Fortunately, I think someone else did. So we just lay into her. Or apparently we don't notice her at all, and she almost gets me right there. And there goes Solus down. Apparently more people came in to help, and that's why we actually beat her. But Solus, he didn't make it.
Thank you for helping.
I owe you my life.
And I came up with a little excuse as to why that was. And we get a torch, which is a weapon, but for other classes. So, he's just pointing out the fact that his level has scaled, which I've noticed. I knew about actually from the beginning. It did actually almost kill most of us. If the last group of people didn't come in, we would have been boned. That's only problematic. I'm trying to figure out where to go from here. We'll cut out my trip to that wonderful little waypoint back there that I never got to, because it's really not a necessity to ever go in that area, at least in my story.
Sweet and steady.
Now, you're noticing I did say I'm trying to 100% each area, and the reason for that is because I like the rewards that they put in for it. It's quite nice. And for the most part, everything has been fairly obvious and straightforward. Yeah, 100%ing the world probably provides the greatest bonuses, as far as I can tell. I'm not sure if we're going to end up getting there, but we're going to at least get the main areas I have to go to. And we have someone who decided to just kind of sit there. We actually think he was AFK. We're actually not sure. If you ever see these videos, were you AFK? Because you just kind of sat there and did nothing and died and sat there. The cycle of life continues. AFKs die. But we're going to actually head towards that quest that I halfway completed, accidentally, at level 9. Fortunately, we're much more appropriately leveled. So this should go a lot easier. I was tempted, actually, to do some blacksmithing, but with Solus here with me, it was probably not going to be the smartest decision on my part to spend my customary 10 minutes in the blacksmithing area. That'd be a bit annoying on his part. And I stumble across a little dynamic event which I will do horrible at. Because, well, it's almost done. And so it was pretty bad. Still got gold level for it, so that was a bit weird.
So close.
And as you can see, I've maxed out my rifle. And yeah, that rifle, that butting someone with the rifle, with the butt of your rifle, if I can get my words out straight, is actually quite a massive knockback, which is quite nice. Now, there's a whole bunch of things you have to do this. If you noticed in the original bit, which I got halfway through this, all I did was kill things. there's always that option. If you want to kill things, you can kill things and complete the quests. But normally there's shiny things that help.
Full of adrenaline.
But moving on from that, we will be moving forward in a general direction towards more waypoints and things. Now, being a hunter, Solus has the ability to actually speed us up with kind of like the haste spell that we got back in the Glade to run around. It's pretty much that. Only more mobile because you don't have to be in the Glade to do it. The waypoints over here. There's actually nothing interesting other than the end of the map right there. And that's basically all that goes on there. Solus deciding he wanted to dance. I'm noticing that my trait points are getting fairly high. I actually have no idea. I think that might have been Solus who sent me that, but I'm not actually quite sure. Anyway, some more mail. And actually using this dye. It's a common dye. It doesn't look very good. I don't particularly want it. I won't particularly use it either. And that's that wonderful speeding ability. It actually does do a fairly significant boost of speed. And it's telling me to assign trait points, but I can't because I have not bought the book from the warrior trainer. That allows you access to the first set of trait points. And the second book does the same thing for the second set and same for the third. These give you various abilities, which is quite nice. For some odd reason he decided to attack a boar. And I got my reward for the variety of things I have killed today. And it's a mystic coin. And some other stuff. But we're going to be moving on to just a little area over this way and getting closer to the area and the next set of events we're going to be doing. Just another little research point and actually some bird-like people. Apparently the Sylvari, humans, Char, whatever the little people are, and the Nord... Nord? No, it can't be Nord. Could be Nor. Whatever, the other giant people are not the only races, but for some reason they're the only playable races. I'm not actually sure why. I'd love to be one of these little birdie people. Or a fish person. Definitely a frog person. But I'm happy with being a tree person. But we'll see you guys next time. This is Stomping Llama. And I'm signing out.
Ultimate hunt, the most highly prized prey.